We are live. John Matrix. I am Rhodes Rants tonight with a special live edition Thursday night football, Cowboys, Bears prediction special. What's up, John?
What's going on? Thursday night football, back-to-back Thursday night games for the Cowboys. I didn't realize they were playing today until you had texted me earlier today.
I did not either. And once I realized that, I was kind of like, is that why Jason Garrett didn't get fired?
Yeah, because I was thinking, all right, you can fire him on Friday. You have another 10 days. But they're playing this Thursday. That's weird.
So now they've got another 10 days after this,
Yeah.
which is interesting, I think, but let's be honest. I don't know that he would get canned unless they get drove tonight, like 30-7 or
Yeah.
I don't know if he makes a major coaching mistake or something on national TV. Plus, Aikman's liable to hammer his butt during this broadcast tonight.
Yeah. I mean, if they let Mitchell Trubisky drop 30 on them, that's a fireable offense, no matter if they win.
And as scary as it sounds, Trubisky looked great last week. I was like, wow, where did that come from? Where's this Mitchell Trubisky been all year? He looked like the Mitch Trubisky that played last year, that looked pretty good last year, And I think he looked more like what people thought he would look like at the beginning of the year. All of that said, I'm still not sold on him. So,
no.
I do not have our records or any of that. We'll save that for either Saturday or Sunday.
I was just about to ask you about that.
I don't know. I'll put that together tomorrow or Saturday morning.
Yeah. You're coming out really blurry on your end.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, and I've got my let me try something real quick. I don't know if that's going to do anything.
And guys, we have 4 people watching. If you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button.
And
that was a little better for a second.
Well, I had it on 480 thinking that it would not grab as much bandwidth, and I actually don't have anything open right now, so I'm not sure if it is, for me, time of day around here may make a difference, frankly.
Yeah.
Because this is like everybody's high traffic time.
Yeah. You're good now.
I am?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh crap.
Not as good as me, but you're good.
Okay, cool. So tonight's pick, I did check. Tony Pollard, the running back for the Cowboys, is out tonight. Van Der Esch is still out. For the Bears, Trevathan's out. Taylor Gabriel, their wide receiver, is out tonight. But unless you consider Tony Pollard to be a major injury, which I can't say I do, I certainly wouldn't give the Cowboys a pass for him.
No, they still got Zeke.
Yeah, they still got Zeke. So, John Matrix, who do you have tonight?
And just for reference, guys, if Dallas loses this game and the next game, it doesn't even matter. These games are kind of unimportant to the Cowboys because then they play Philly. If they beat Philly, then bam, they're pretty much going to be in because they played Redskins last game of the season. Now, this game is in Chicago. I have lost all faith in Jason Garrett. I never had that much anyway, but he's really being exposed now. This would be the game that the Cowboys would win because they don't really have any pressure to win this game. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't know. This was something we talked about before we came on.
I mean, they can lose 100-0. They're still in first place.
That's absolutely a fact. The only thing would be Jerry. If they lose again on national TV when nobody else is playing, the entire country is watching, Troy Aikman hammers Jason Garrett's butt for another 3.5 hours tonight. And now you've got 10 days in between your next game. Is this the pivot point for Jason Garrett's job tonight?
Could be, because we were all thinking, all right, why isn't he getting fired on Friday? Well, they played Thursday, didn't realize they were having back-to-back Thursday games. Kind of hard to fire a coach when you got a game 7 days from now.
That's right.
So this would be the game, if they lose, that you would say, all right, he can get fired now because we have 10 days to prepare. But the thing is, they still got a great chance of winning the division. That's the problem right there. If the Cowboys were out of the division race, I think he'd be gone. But with that said, I'm not picking the Cowboys in this game. They're going to lose. I have no faith in Jason Garrett. It almost seems like the Cowboys are so unprepared they may be ready to quit on Garrett. The Bears still have a good defense. Mitchell Trubisky is still the quarterback of the Bears. So this won't be a high-scoring game. I'm going to go 22-20 Bears.
Okay. It's going to be cold up there, but not frigid, by the way.
Things are going to be in the 40s.
40 degrees, I think. No precip. Dr. Richard Kimball, hello.
What's up, sir?
I, too, am going to go Bears tonight. I'm going to go a little lower on the score. Let's go 20-17 Bears.
Okay.
On a field goal type situation. And I think maybe the Bears wreak defensive havoc on the Cowboys tonight.
That's the same score Shannon Sharp had today.
I could see the Bears pulling off a kick return touchdown or a pick six or something wild like that. And I'm going to call it. If they get embarrassed tonight, Garrett's done. I'm going to call it. I'm making my call.
Okay.
I thought it would be last week, I swear. But now that I realize they only got 7 days, it makes more sense that they did not do it after Thanksgiving. Because I thought at home, good God, that's one of the most embarrassing losses I can ever remember the Cowboys having.
Well, if you don't fire him after this loss, next game they play, I can't remember exactly who. Hold on real quick. I'm going to look it up.
Is their next game on Monday night or is it on Sunday?
I'm about to tell you here in a second.
Wonder if they're getting an extra game day.
Let's go week 15 here. Let me look here and see. Oh, wait, hold on.
Because part of me thinks Jerry wants Richard to have a little audition.
They play the Rams at home. So
that's a tough game.
Yeah.
That could be a tough game. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't fire Garrett, if they lose today, I highly doubt you're going to fire him going into play with the Rams. Think because you got the Eagles coming up next. You definitely don't want a new coach going in, with little time to prepare for the Eagles.
Yeah, I could see that. Dr. Richard Kimball says my Bears will probably win this one.
Not probably, they will.
But it doesn't change the fact that the Bears' offense is terrible. I agree. The Bears' offense is not good. According to Christy, hello, Texas, $20 says the Cowgirls lose. Neither one of us is taking your bet because we both just picked the Cowboys to lose this game.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Part of me is rooting for it because I want to see the train wreck afterwards.
All of us are picking the Cowboys to lose.
Yeah.
And what's funny, Shannon and Skip Bayless, who's also a Cowboys fan, they pick them to lose. Cowboys are 3-point favorite. How are they a favorite? I have no idea. Maybe on pure talent. That's the only reason why.
Well, that's what makes this thing so frustrating is even as somebody that is not necessarily a Cowboys fan, I tend to pull for the Cowboys when they're not playing the Niners or maybe the Jets, who's kind of like my secondary team.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just because they're a Texas team?
Not really. I've got respect for the franchise and the history of the franchise. I do have some respect for the Steelers in the same way, and even the Packers.
Yeah.
But more so the Cowboys, I think, than all of them.
See, for me, being in Houston, I watch the Texans. I'm not a fan of the Texans, but I'm a big JJ Watt fan. So, but they're here locally. I want them to do well. You know, the Astros have won a championship. The Rockets have won 2 championships.
Right.
Texans, they haven't won anything.
Do we think they're winning anything this year?
The coming out of the AFC?
The Texans.
I think they got a good chance.
Really?
I think they do. Because for one thing, Deshaun Watson is that type of quarterback that can give Bill Belichick fits. Secondly, does anybody trust the Chiefs defense? No. Patrick Mahomes doesn't look like Patrick Mahomes. So I think it's wide open in the AFC. I wouldn't be surprised if they went to the Super Bowl.
Okay. Wow.
I mean, the Ravens are up there too. I mean,
yeah.
But the Ravens, I don't know. Lamar Jackson.
There's something about the Ravens you're not sold on. I think they're the best team in football.
Right now, yes. I will say that. But I really want to see Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. He hasn't been there. We've seen Peyton Manning be all-time great in the regular season and bam, fall flat on his face in the playoffs. Dan Marino, all-time great in the regular season. You know, Dan Marino only has like, I think, maybe 8 playoff victories. And 3 of those came in one season when he went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Or 2.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. So I want to see him. That's why I'm not saying definitively they're going to be the team to beat in the playoffs. Because this is a completely different Ravens team. It's just that Harbaugh is a hell of a coach, man. He's a really good coach.
Who, if you had a do-over or from this very moment, who's your 2 Super Bowl participants right now, this second?
Okay. For one thing, I'm going to still stick with the Patriots. You have to I have to see it to believe it. Like last year, people were writing them off last year. You cannot write off that team, man. You cannot. They're about the only close thing to a guarantee there is. And when their defense is playing lights out, watch out. So I'm going to stick with them for now. But there's a lot of cracks because that offense is just atrocious. That's the major concern.
It's terrible.
It's terrible, man. I'm losing faith.
I don't know how in the world they can beat the Chiefs or the Ravens with that offense.
Well, I think they have to play at home.
Even if their defense is fantastic, they're not going to hold that team below either one of those teams below 20 points. And I'm not sure they can score 20.
They have to play at home. They have to get home field.
Yeah.
In the NFC, I picked the Cowboys for the beginning of the season. No way, no how. That's not happening.
Yikes.
The 49ers, I don't know if the 49ers have the experience. I don't know. Seattle, the Saints don't look the same. It's wide open in the NFC too. I think overall, this is a very, very wide open. It's going to be a very, very wide open playoff run. It just is.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Well, there's some tough teams in the NFC right now.
Yeah. But nobody is a world beater.
You know, I want to lean towards the Patriots. I just can't do it. Their offense is just too terrible. It's just awful.
I know, man. I know.
They in the past, it's looked bad, and Gronk would come back from injury or something, and Gronk's not coming back.
Yeah, but also,
and Edelman is slower than even last year.
Yeah, And Andy Reid is a completely different guy in the playoffs. He goes down.
You know,
It's tough, man.
with that said,
I would say it's real. All right. I would say it's between probably the Texans and the Ravens right now. But I'm just not writing off New England.
wow, you still threw the Texans in there.
But Bill O'Brien's-
I don't even have those three in my. I don't have the Texans in my three that I'm sitting here flipping between. I don't.
well,
I'm,
we just
you
talking
know
about
what?
chances to go to the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna do it.
What?
Chiefs, Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
I think the Chiefs got the defense.
They only let the Raiders score 3 points last week. So
and Pat Mahomes is not the same guy right now. He'll come back strong next year for sure, but
I think he got some time left to get his.
Something's not right with him. It's not right with him, man. I mean, when he came back 3 weeks, man, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with medical professionals. You can come back, but there's no way in hell you're going to be 100%. And I don't know if you can play yourself into 100% with a dislocated knee.
I was listening to Chris Sams today, and he talked at length about the Chiefs. And he said, if you watch the film, he said he believes the Chiefs' offense is actually is having one of what he calls an Andy Reid metamorphosis. He's changing the offense right now during the season. Again, you know how Andy Reid is like an offensive guru.
But what about that defense?
I don't know.
They can't stop anybody, man.
You know, of course, Sims watches more film than I do, but he swears up and down the defense has gotten better in the last 4 or 5 games. So I don't know. I wanted to say Ravens. I'm just afraid that Lamar Jackson's age is going to catch up to him when he gets in the playoffs.
Yeah, he can get hurt easily.
And there's something I don't know if I just think Andy Reid has got to be able to pull one out at some point. You know, this may not be the year though, but wouldn't you say you think Reid and Mahomes will win one? Because I do.
But you froze up. What'd you say?
That Mahomes and Reid will win one at some point.
That's not a guarantee. I mean, I don't.
Who's going to be there?
I don't have that much
after Brady's gone.
You never know, man. Somebody will pop up. Look at the 49ers popped out of nowhere this year. Nobody was expecting them to be this good. It's the NFL, man. If you look at just because New England runs, I mean, let's say Brady retires or whatever, the Patriots decline. Make no mistake, man. You will never see that again. So there's no guarantees. I think the NFL is going to go back to the way it was post salary cap. These teams that have like a 1-2 year run, and then bam. This Patrick Mahomes thing right now, that Chiefs team is not going to have this magical 10-year run. You know, like Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's Colts in it every single year. Yeah. But they only made the Super Bowl twice during its whole entire time there.
Well, not only that, but we don't think about the fact that the Super Bowl may run through the NFC for the next 10 years.
I mean, you just won't know. I mean, the Patriots have been about as close to a guarantee as we have ever seen. That's not going to happen again, man.
I'm not sure to get to the championship, it's not going to run through the Niners and Seahawks for the next 10 years. You're going to have to beat one of the two of them, you know? So I think
you're not going to have that because of salary cap and free agency. You're just not going to have that. Look how the Legion of Boom, they look like they were going to be otherworldly. Bam. Everybody need to get paid.
Everybody is gone. Yep. I know. I thought we were staring right in fairness, the Seahawks did make 2 Super Bowls and won one.
That's why I think the Chiefs.
But I thought 5 or 6 year run for the Seahawks at that point.
But I think the Chiefs, they probably got a good. I don't know when Mahomes' rookie contract is up, but eventually they're gonna have to pay him, and that's gonna take away from other people. And that defense isn't already strong. So they got about a 2-year window or so, and that's it. Ravens, same way. I mean, you've seen teams go 13-3. and then bam, you're 6-9 or 6-10 the next year.
Well, look how fast the greatest show on turf came, dominated, and then was gone.
Yeah, that was going.
I mean, years.
Lamar Jackson is ripping up the league right now. But I can guarantee you, if he plays like this for another year or two, he will get hurt.
Yeah, so did Kaepernick too.
He's going to Lamar Jackson. He may be the MVP, but Lamar Jackson needs to become a pocket quarterback. He can't be running around like he's Michael Vick and throwing the ball. He's going to get hurt.
Yeah. I agree. I do think the league is going to become more college-like.
I hope not, man. I hate that college offense in the NFL.
It makes me nervous because I don't like it either, and I'm scared in 15 years the NFL is going to look more like the Big 12 than it does the NFL, where they don't play any defense anymore. So and all that's going to depend on these quarterbacks they draft.
Yeah,
they're talking about all these dual threats because of Lamar Jackson may spawn this whole drafting thing of. They're talking now that Jalen Hurts may be a first-round pick, and what? I was like, hold on.
I never saw him as an NFL quarterback.
I didn't either, but now because of the way that they are designing offenses, they think somebody will get him and design an offense the way they have for Lamar Jackson. I heard he may
Lamar
be
Jackson is not. I guarantee you, he's not going to play like this for 2 straight years. It's not going to happen. Teams will start adapting. You know what? Teams are probably going to start attacking Lamar Jackson. They're going to play the run until he shows he's an elite passer, because really he's not an elite passer.
Right.
They're going to start taking away the run. That's what they're going to do next season. And they're going to dare him to throw it.
People have said, well, he's got a really accurate deep ball. People forget Robert Griffin had a deadly accurate deep ball.
Yeah, but the deep ball is also...
He lasted. He got hurt.
Yeah, but no matter what, you can have a great deep ball. Deep ball is still a low percentage throw.
Absolutely.
No matter what. And here's the thing, man. If Bill Belichick sees the Ravens again, I can guarantee you he's going to play the run, and he's going to dare Lamar Jackson to throw it. Because you need to take away his legs. That's the key. So that could be a very, very bad thing for the Ravens seeing New England once again, giving Bill Belichick a second chance to see you again.
I've got a theory, too, that I'm not sure Bill threw everything at him.
Oh, no. Bill never does. He
was going to draw him in the playoffs.
Yeah. It'll be something different. He'll throw some noodlets at him. I can guarantee you that. I'm not saying the Patriots will win necessarily, but the playoffs are a different animal than a regular season.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like the old NBA. Remember, you'd get to the playoffs, and then all of a sudden, defense
turn on,
go through the roof. People were trying to haul them off in body bags out there in the 90s in the Eastern Conference during the playoffs.
Yeah, think of this, man. I'm a Houston Rockets fan. Akeem Olajuwon was all-time great in the regular season. When they won those 2 championships, he dismantled David Robinson. I never saw a great player since then dismantle another great player like that, because he raised it up 10 levels from the regular season. He was all-time great, and he averaged 27 and like 11 to 12 that season. And he averaged like 35 against David Robinson.
Robinson was physically manhandled, if I remember.
He got demolished.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, Hakeem had like 3 40-point games against him. It was that bad. So that's what I'm saying. The playoffs are a different animal. I know it's a different sport, but pretty much the same kind of thing.
Intensity.
The intensity goes up a whole another level. The crowd is much more engaged because it's the playoffs, it's single elimination. Anything can happen.
I'm also not too awful sure. Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow may end up being very good quarterbacks in the NFL. I think they will be.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be predominantly pocket throwers too, and it wouldn't shock me if the Saints figure out how to take Burrows somehow in the
Yeah.
draft. Even though they're going to draft high, they're running the Saints system at LSU
Yeah.
right now.
And I think the Saints, they need to start looking for a QB because Drew Brees is declining. And I wish it was more of an even playing field to see if Tom Brady's actually declining, because Drew Brees has pretty good weapons and he's just not the same guy. Brady has nothing. So
Yeah.
I wish Brady actually had a good line and good receivers and he was playing like this, that'd be a different story.
Well,
but he just doesn't. So it's kind of hard to actually know for certain if he's declining that much.
what I can see from watching the games is his receivers are not getting any separation from
Did you see the Texans game?
defensive backs. Yeah.
He had time to throw, and Brady was just sitting back there, and
Nobody
he just
could
had
get
to throw
open.
it out of bounds. Nobody was open.
Nobody could get open.
Not a soul. And the Texans don't have a great pass defense, I would say. They're not great at it. I mean, they're okay, but nobody was open.
Kernan was saying that essentially Tom had to lobby to get $23 million out of Bill this last time. Basically, they had to really negotiate to get to 23 mil.
Yeah, because he was there with 15, I believe, right?
Yeah. And which is, like I said in my video, that's $4.5 million behind Jimmy G, $10 million behind Jared Goff.
Guys that are proving nothing.
And Brady has made it vocally known he is going to get top QB money next year, and he will not accept less.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it almost seems like Bill has kind of sabotaged him this season.
I agree.
Because at the beginning of the season, he had Josh Gordon, he had Edelman. Then it got, because remember, we were talking about Brady being the MVP because they got Josh Gordon and they had Antonio Brown. And they got rid of Antonio Brown like that, Josh Gordon like that. And he's throwing to Julian Edelman and me and you.
Yeah. And Tom is still lobbying to get Antonio Brown back on the team.
Yeah.
Because he's got no chance. He
was screaming at his receivers for the cameras saying, we got to be faster. We got to be, what did he say? We got to be faster or something. He knows those guys ain't getting no faster.
Yeah.
They suck.
I was listening to John Middlecoff, who is a former scout for the Eagles. He's got a podcast now. And he was talking about exactly that, where Tom was talking to his receivers, and you could see him saying, you've got to get faster, you got to explode, et cetera, et cetera. And Middlecoff was like, Tom, they can't. They're that slow. He said they literally are not capable of turning it up a notch. That is their notch.
This is the worst group of receivers he's had in 20 years. I don't even think it's close.
Yeah, I mean, that's saying a lot, but right now, what was it? Troy Brown and Deion Branch would look great.
At least those guys were reliable.
Yeah.
These guys, I mean, undrafted, some guys that got off the street. I can't even remember these guys' names. I'll tell you the truth.
Well, and Tom's big problem, from what I read in the article, is, look, I've given up all this money. You did not even attempt to replace Gronk at all. You didn't draft a top tight end. And there's a couple that were drafted that are showing their ass in the league right now. Some rookie, the Ravens drafted one, and he's showing his ass right now with the Ravens. And look at our buddy here, Geo Bricks. So we doing football now. But yeah, Alfred's right. Gronk not being there, not having a safety valve, high end tight end is killing Tom right now. Edelman is slower.
Yeah.
They signed no speed guy. Tom's issue is you're not putting any money into the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah. Now he did get his offensive lineman back, so that definitely helped. So
Yeah.
that was better. Now these receivers just cannot get open to save their lives.
No,
I mean,
his
Gronk ain't come. You think Gronk is going to come out next year because he left the door open for next season? But to tell you the truth, Gronk wasn't really Gronk the last time he was there.
No, he really wasn't. But didn't he have one or two big catches in the
He
Super Bowl?
caught the play in the Super Bowl, and that was the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think Gronk. I mean, Gronk's talking about coming back maybe next year, but I don't think
he will.
He won't if Tom's not there. Eric Breen,
No,
hello.
Because you remember they were about to trade him, and he said, "I ain't playing with no other quarterback besides Tom. And if you trade me, I'm retiring." That's what he said, and they didn't trade him.
I do think if he could get away from the Patriots, there's one team he would sign with.
Now Tom goes to the Chargers. You think Gronk is going to go there? He'll come out of retirement to go there?
He'll go there, or he'll go to San Francisco and play with Jimmy G. One of the two. But I think he would go with Tom first. And it's LA. And he's been doing work with Fox, which is based in LA. Rob's already out there. It's a natural fit. It is. But what's great is he can come and be a backup because the Chargers tight end, Hunter Henry, is a really good tight end out there.
Actually, do you think that? Now, I know the Rams have Jared Goff, but if they had the chance to get Brady,
I already thought about that.
Because I think that would be that'd be a better team for Brady. A better team, don't you think?
Brandon Cooks, his former wide receivers on that team. Cooper Kupp, who is a taller version of Edelman and younger. Robert Woods. I mean, that team has got real weapons on offense. Pop in Tom Brady, and you might have the biggest problem he would have is that division.
That division is a beast.
Yeah. I'd rather go to the Chargers, and I'd have a better shot of coming out of the AFC West than I would the NFC West.
Yeah. But still, I mean, the Rams are still, 7-5? Huh? Not bad. They're just not living up to expectations.
Not bad, but they also haven't beaten anybody.
Yeah. But this is also the trend of Super Bowl losers. It's been like that for about 20 years now. You lose Super Bowl, you're just not going to be as good.
Right.
And hell, it's hard enough for a Super Bowl winner. I mean, the Patriots about the only exception.
Eric Breen says one of the reasons that Tom Brady has 6 Super Bowl rings to keep it in his safe is that the Patriots don't let me first players become a problem.
No, to get rid of you quick. That's why Antonio Brown, kind of is off the team. I mean, Antonio Brown's a diva. Randy Moss, they put up with him. Well, Randy Moss bought in for about a year. Then he said, nah, I got to be myself.
Eric Breen said, will Tom get 3 years younger if he goes to L.A.? Because he's on the West Coast.
But I will say this, though. As hard as Belichick has been on Brady, he doesn't appreciate him. I think that's actually humbled Tom. Like, he wants that appreciation, but he knows that Bill will never give it to him. So that just makes him want to win even more.
Well, he talked to Chris Collinsworth the other night, and Collinsworth said that Tom told him he's miserable right now.
Wouldn't you be?
Yeah, absolutely. but think about that. I think Tom's gone.
Hell,
I do. I think he's done.
They beat the Eagles in Philadelphia. And that Brady interview after the game was like, this sucks. And they won the game.
I know it. But looking at that victory now, because the Eagles just got plowed by the Dolphins, that doesn't look like a great win anymore. You know?
The Eagles, let's call it the Eagles suck.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. They suck.
They suck.
I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, man, the Dolphins head coach should definitely get some Coach of the Year votes. Definitely.
He's
That
worked
team,
miracles to get 3 wins
has
down there.
zero talent.
Yep.
And they got 3 victories?
They got 3 victories now.
I mean, people were talking about them being the worst team of all time. I thought they would probably win just 1 game.
Yeah.
They may win 4 or 5 games.
Right. Geo Brick says, are we going to do soccer or basketball? We already do basketball.
Yeah.
John Matrix is the resident basketball expert.
And I really haven't put up any videos on basketball. NFL's just taking over right now.
Well, yeah, right now NFL really does get views. You know, it's kind of like Star Wars right now. You know,
right?
We're in the Rise of Skywalker time of the year.
We're 2 weeks from today. Me and you are going to see it at the same time, right? 6 p.m.
Yep.
Thursday. 6
p.m. Yep. I'm going to what our version of IMAX is here in town. So
your version of IMAX.
Yeah.
So it's not really IMAX.
No. It's called RPX, I think. It's a massive screen.
Okay, I got IMAX 3D.
Yeah. I don't do 3D. I quit doing 3D a long time ago. It was giving me headaches. Oh, I'm turning into an old man right before your very eyes. This would have been like at 37. I was like, I'm out on 3D now.
Yeah.
So we both picked Chicago. The Bears. 2017 me, 22-20 you. And so that's it. Any parting shots?
Not really. I'm going to try to record a video before the game starts for my own channel.
Eric Breen said, excuse me, the worst team of all time is 5 miles away from me as we speak. The Bengals. The Bengals or the Browns? You have to be the Bengals.
You have to be the Bengals.
Yeah.
That's not the worst team of all time.
Detroit. 0-16.
Yeah, they were one of them.
With Calvin Johnson.
1-15 Dallas Cowboys 1989. Whew, that team was awful.
Boy.
And Troy Aikman got the break speed off of him that season, his rookie year.
And that was back in the time when there wasn't any other TV options. So it was like you're watching Cowboys games and Oilers games. And I remember sitting through that season, and it was brutal.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. 1990, I think New England Patriots, I think they were 1-15.
What year?
I think it was 1990. They were really bad, man. Remember, the Patriots, man, used to be like the Bengals back in the day.
Yeah, they made that one Super Bowl with.
They made that one Super Bowl. I don't know how.
Was it Tony Eason was the quarterback of that team, I think?
I don't remember.
I'm almost certain it was Tony Eason. All I remember is we was traveling through to West Texas when that Super Bowl was. We was going somewhere, I don't know. Had come home, going back. And I remember being like, Dad, you know the Super Bowl's tonight. He goes, I know. He was like, we're going to pull over and get a motel.
Yeah.
So we can watch the Super Bowl. And we pulled into some motel and ended up, of course, we watched Chicago Bears beat the holy snot out of the Patriots in some miscellaneous hotel.
It's amazing, man. The Cowboys probably do have the best overall history in NFL history, because check this out. The Patriots have had 19 straight winning seasons. That's not even a record. 20, the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys have the most playoff victories ever. I think that could change this year if the Patriots, win some playoff games. The Cowboys have been pretty consistent ever since the 1970s, all the way up. The Patriots really has just been the last 20 years. It's kind of like the 49ers doing that Joe Montana, Steve Young run, because before and after, they had really been that great.
We were good up until about whenever the damn Yorks took over the team from DeBartolo.
Yeah. 1999.
They got rid of Terrell Owens and Jeff Garcia in the same offseason.
Yeah. And the 49ers were relevant for like 10 years.
It was the worst off season of my life.
Yeah. Now the Cowboys, pretty much after 1999, 2000, Aikman retired. Yeah, they had some not so good years, but they weren't awful. They actually had more winning seasons than losing seasons. It's just that they weren't up to those 3 Super Bowls in 4 years kind of teams.
Right.
I mean, Jerry knows how to stat talent. The man is 77 years old. He still can stat talent.
You had a quarterback problem. There was Quincy Carter in there somewhere.
Don't remind me.
He drafted Drew Henson, who decided to play with the Yankees and then came back, played with the Cowboys and did nothing.
We had Tony Banks briefly.
Tony Banks, wow. I think about him playing for the Rams.
Then we got Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt, and then bam, Tony Romo falls out of heaven.
Yep.
I mean, Drew Bledsoe has to be the unluckiest quarterback ever, huh? He was a really, really good quarterback. He gets hurt, Tom Brady comes in. Goes to Dallas, gets hurt, Tony Romo comes in.
He may be in the top 5 most underrated quarterbacks.
You know, he's not in the Hall of Fame. I was shocked. He's not in the Hall of Fame.
No. He owns a wine company with Colin Cowherd.
With Cowherd?
Yeah, they're very, very good friends, him and Drew Bledsoe. Yep. Geo Brick says, by the way, have you heard J.J. Abrams is going to D.C. after Star Wars? Yes, we have heard that. He went to Warner Media now that he's burnt Star Wars to the ground.
Yeah, he's going to get DC woke. Now, I'm going to cover his wokeness on a video. And guys, check out Mike Zero. He's going full
fandom menace.
I mean, on a whole nother level.
The Great Zero is taking him down now.
Yeah, he ain't no middleman anymore. He's full fandom menace now.
He's got him. We are out. We got to go watch some games. You got to make a video and then watch a game. So
yeah, I got like 10 minutes to record a video.
Yeah. Peace. We're out. Till next time.